Insensitivity alert. Insensitivity alert.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of Mag Dump Monday. Yeah, I'm still here. Skip ahead if I'm talking too much, okay? Wow. And you're still viewing me? Glutton for punishment. Anyway, this is Paper Monday for the new viewers. I shoot twice in one episode. Paper Monday, which is today, shooting mainly paper, working on my pistol fundamentals. This is my training. You're not going to see showboating here. I come in and I talk. If you don't like to hear me talk, you just want to see the shooting, I have links in the description to take you right to the shooting. I come in and I talk about what went right, what went wrong. And then, for you, it's just minutes away, I go right into Metal Friday. And that's where I shoot still. And I move around a little bit and skip and jump and twirl. But, so this episode I'm shooting Staccato C2 still. It's running pretty good. Having some issues with the magazines. I might have to sort some magazines. I don't want to shoot bad magazines during my bear drill and some doubles. I have magazine springs on order. That's the problem. Also, I need a new follower on one of them. Side note, I don't know if you ever had this happen. I had a gun break while sleeping. Yeah, and if you can guess which one it is, the Prodigy. I don't know how. I've never had a gun do that. I finished shooting last week. I cleaned it, had it all apart. Of course, the screw came loose again. Again. Because I'm done talking about it. I don't understand what the relationship is between the RMR and the optics plate. It's like a really nightmare divorce situation. They just don't work. Anyway, I got new screws coming for that too now because I tried to use the old screws because I didn't have any new ones. And that's probably what happened there. The red Loctite seems to be holding on the plate. The issue I found when trying to put it back together, mind you, I finished shooting, I had cleaned it already, and put it back together last week. I had a hair at my ass, wanted to put the screws back into the optics, so I went and put it all back together again. And when I went to put it back together, the bushing would not go back in the slide. And I have a captured spring type bushing setup, so there's no twist for that. You just slide it in. No. It came out. It went back in. I don't know what happened. I had to take some sandpaper, put the sandpaper directly on the table, and take the end of that wouldn't go in of the bushing and till finally it didn't take much, but it eventually slid in, and it was rough. I had to work it a bit, put some oil on it, back and forth. I don't know. Let me know if you've ever had that problem while sleeping. I don't know. Anyway, let's get out there and do some drills. All right, it's cold. I got some new earplugs for this loud comp. Bear drill, 7 yards. I tell you, it's cold out. 7 yards, we're going to do doubles. Bill drills, 7 yards. That was clean. I got 2 shots in 2 and 1. One more bill drill. Damn it. Fumbled the mag change. Okay, those last 2 were kind of surprise breaks. almost all alphas. All alphas. That looks much better. Where am I at? Okay, there it is. Whoops. I got one round left. Headshot. Heads! Alright, let's get the El Presidente out of the way while it's here in front of me. So here's the first target from the left. 3 Charlies and a Delta. Middle was 2 Charlies, or I mean 2 Alphas and 2 Charlies. This one here I used for something else, but these here that I covered are the one on the far right. So I got 1 Charlie, 3 Alphas and 1 Charlie. So bear drill, these actually are line breaks. 1 out. Good grouping. That's a good grouping. This is a good grouping. And I had a flinch. Doubles, pretty good. I always like to say fist size. You know, I could do right without a couple of these. I don't know. That's not too bad. These are doubles here too, so I threw a few. Bill drills, all clean, it looks like, except for one. I'll go back and look at the footage. But as it stands right now, I only can see what I'm seeing. I don't know if I threw any up here or not. Sometimes I've done that, but it looks like I got one out. Problem I had was I had some trigger freeze. I had a couple without, I believe. Not as good this week doing those double shots at the card, you know, from 7 yards. There's mag changes in between. I mean, it's not terrible. 1, 2, 3. I got them all in the head area. I just didn't get them all. I got one in the card box. That was it. One was already there. This here, running from 25 to 15 to the 7 with mag changes in between, is much better. I believe I had a mic because I can't count 15 shots unless I look at the footage. Unless I luckily got 1 and 2 holes. But all Charlies, I had 1 Delta because I threw it up here. And there might be a mic, but that's looking a lot better, you know. So depending on where these shots landed, I can't see where they're landing until I get to the 7-yard mark and do that build drill at the end. So yeah, so that's it. It's cold. My hands were cold the whole time, but training uncomfortable, right? So yeah, that's where we're at. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you Friday. I'm going in. It's cold.
Friday is here.
Same thing. These mags will not load the last round. Prodigy. Alright, so yeah, had to spend some extra time tuning this at the range. So I anticipated that, made some changes to the trigger, wanted more reset. I put the short up here. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, explain what I did. I had some trigger follow after I adjusted the trigger. I take it to the limits, get the hammer follow. I hope I don't get it, but I usually do. And then add more and take away until I get it right. And I was not getting any hammer follow after I did that in the house doing, you know, functions checks, you know. It's where pull the trigger, go slow, you know, and I was getting them in the video quite often, and then it just stopped. But there's nothing like issues showing up when you go to the range. I mean, it happens, right? That's really the test. And I anticipated it because it happens. The Prodigy did the same thing. And last month, when I shot like 1,400 rounds, not one hammer followed. That gun's stable now, but it took me a minute. So I spent an extra 25 rounds. I shot 125 rounds getting this right. Now, I don't know where it's sitting at. I mean, it feels about 3 pounds now. And I'm probably just going to leave it like that because the gun needs to, you know, I don't want to like be messing with it. It's fine. It shoots fine. The bill drills, had to work through that hammer follow, so I had to stop everything I was doing. But I started to get into it. After you make changes to the trigger, it's different again. I had some trigger freeze. I had a couple good ones there. And I anticipate, as long as I don't keep having hammer follow, which looks like it's resolved, I should get used to the trigger and get a little faster with it. So yeah, that video explains, like, here's my sear spring, right? This is the one out of the XC. I always keep the OEM springs in case I have issues, and I can put them back in, right? But I usually fix them. So what I ended up doing was adding more to the sear spring, right? And then eventually I took some off of the disconnector spring. Because if you take a little bit off of the disconnector spring, it will lighten up the trigger a little bit. I knew that I was going to get too much on the trigger for my liking, so you can add some and then take a little bit off of the middle, the disconnector, and it does take some off the trigger weight. So I'm going to measure it inside. I don't have my gauge with me. It's in the house. But I'll measure it inside and update you guys. I'm pretty sure it feels about maybe, I don't know, it feels pretty good. You know, taking that little bit off of the disconnector probably put me back down to 2.5 pounds maybe. It feels good. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, the Prodigy mags still, regardless of swapping out new springs, and this one has a brand new follower. I'm thinking what's happening is the feed lips are all a little bit jammed in there. Has to be, because I've had that problem before, and that last round just can't get out. And I've got clay caked on my rounds and in the mags now. I got to clean them up. I mean, these mags, like I said, they serve triple duty. Like I said, Prodigy, the XC, the Staccato C2. I got 10, but they're constantly in use. So maintenance. So I'm gonna have to probably take some more off the feed lips of these. I think what it is, and because you'll notice, all the Atlas and the Staccato mags, they don't have that issue. It's only the Prodigy mags. I'm thinking the housing here is just not as tolerant for me dropping them in the clay all the time from doing mag changes and stepping on them when you're walking as these steel ones. I think these are just beefier and these lips are bent. That's all that is. I mean, I never carry my guns with these mags. You know, I'm not bad mouthing them, but I just won't do it. I mean, I'll use these Atlas mags all day when I carry. So yeah, the El Presidente continues to look pretty good. Definitely coming along there, and the transition drills I'm liking too. I'm getting faster, getting more accurate, and that's what I want. I want to shoot faster and more accurate, and that's just where it's at. I mean, it feels good. Yeah, and that the last like 24 rounds or so, no hammer faults. So I think the issue's resolved. You guys let me know what you think. You know, like, subscribe, and share, and put in the comments what you think the issue, how you think it went, what you think the issue is with the magazines for the Prodigy. Yeah, put your thoughts in there, man. And I will see you next Monday. In the interim, you know what you gotta do? I might have something new coming to the channel. I know I said I wasn't gonna buy a gun again, right? One more, maybe. We'll see. Train comfortably. Train uncomfortably. Train to your surroundings. But whatever you do, you better train.